Hello, I'm Pauline Kezer, president of the Alden Kindred. Here at the Alden House, we are getting busy and ready for 2020, the absolute amazing 400 years since the voyage of the Mayflower. It's an amazing thing that someone has described the voyage of the Mayflower as the most transformational voyage in the history of the world. That's a huge statement. I had to think about it for a while, and I understand why they said it. They said it because the Magna Carta was, and the ideals of individual rights and freedom were brought over on the Mayflower, solidified in the Mayflower Compact, and become the basis for the founding of the values of this country. So we're in for a big, big celebration, a big group of people coming to town, and the Alden House has the role of being the visitor center for the town of Duxbury during 2020. It's a big job, and we're going to have to get ready to do it. And we need your help. It's not going to be easy to handle lots of people in a small community. So the town people and the Duxbury 2020, Plymouth 400, all these groups we're working with and other Mayflower families will help to make the task doable. So we have been spending the last year or two to determine what we need to do to be ready for this next decade. And we've determined that this building that I'm standing in, our barn, is very small. I'm standing in a spot that if you put 25 people in, you're shoulder to shoulder, and yet we expect hundreds. So we really need to expand this barn, and we can do it in a planned fashion. We've already got some plans in place, and we could do it for about $1 million. On the other hand, we need to preserve our house. The Alden House is a very old home. It needs a lot of repairing and keeping up, and we usually have to take any grant monies and match them. So it's our goal to put together a fund for strictly the preservation of the house, again at $1 million. At the same time, we're going to have to be open year-round and increase our staff and increase our resources and increase our endowment by another $1 million. So now we're raising $3 million. That's a very, very big task. And we want to be able to do it, and we want to count on our Aldens to help us. How can you help? Well, first of all, every November we have an annual fund drive, and that's no exception at this point. And we need our members to all make sure that they help us and support us in this fall harvest campaign. On the other hand, in March, your memberships are due. It's really critical to make sure that you're a current member, and every March pay your dues. On top of that, I want you to start thinking about how you can help for 2020 in this campaign to raise $3 million. It's a huge task. It's one we can do together. We will have some grants and foundation monies, but the bulk of it is going to depend on Alden Kin and Alden House members, and to see if we can accomplish this. So be thinking about it. It needs planning. We're planning. We need you to plan too. Perhaps you'd like to leave a legacy. Perhaps you have some stock that you've had for a really long time, and to sell it would be impossible because all of it would go to the government. Perhaps you have stocks that are doing really well right now, and therefore you can mitigate your capital gains, and we're able to receive stocks as gifts. So altogether, the Kindred can work together to make this happen. It's imperative, it's a hard task, but when I think of it as compared to the task that John and Priscilla had to withstand the hard times and raising 10 children in this place, nothing compares to that. So the least we can do is make sure it's preserved in history and all come aboard and help. No gift is too small, no gift is too large. Every gift is just right, and it touches my heart if you will consider planning ahead for this 2020 campaign. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you. And we're going to have a huge reunion that year that's going to span several days. So put it on your calendars, the first week in August of 2020, and we'll see you then.